Hello everyone, so me, Fanny, and my friends Dinda, Iko, and Tessa will tell you guys about the life story of leadership roles. PBJ-PBE is managed, implemented, and developed by a number of lecturers at PBI-USD. The basic reference that is used is the main curriculum as required in the PPG guidelines. The area of developing leadership capacity has to deal with critical thinking and autocritical activities. What we have to face is the identification of how much we are able to maintain a unique and distinctive position and at the same time dare to challenge the arrogance of power.
Hani Handoko looks at herself. Hani Handoko is a lecturer at Gajah Mada University, Yogyakarta. Hani said that she was suffering from two kinds of disabilities. The first defect is that she was born with a slanted and lighter skin. She was born in a Chinese family and was born to a family that is not rich. Another birth defect that she has is being a true Catholic. She grew up with a lot of discrimination treatment from the society that she lived in. Various kinds of discrimination and differentiation of attitudes and the treatment from various parties actually made her as a person who becomes strong and is not easy give up. She never hide who she are and she always proud to be herself. An accident that is acknowledged that really hurts is when she learns to not receive tips from the shops. Because her father sometimes takes tourists to jewelry shops as well souvenirs. It is very natural if the shop then provides tips for the person carrying it. This bitter experience later succeeded in her transforms into an oath that will become principles in her life. The sound of the oath is will never take a small change in the form of tips or anything because it undermines self-esteem. The painful experience that she was felt from many took various kinds of lessons and used it as a means for growth. No, she became an abundant person, not in wealth, but in terms of blessing. The figure of Rama Mammon. For various groups in Indonesia, Father Mammon is well known as a qualified figure in various fields. In the field of literature, dozens of books have been published. In particular, the book Burung-Burung Manyar are recorded to have won very prestigious awards at the Southeast Asian level. To be precise, in 1986. The novel of struggle, which is set in World War I, has been translated into multiple languages. Besides being known for his literary works, he is also a famous architect. Success with styling the slums around Churi River is proof of hand cult and caring to build humanity. Komplek the Sendang Sono Plijimird is also a Midas Touch Father Mangun. His name is legendary, not to mention the courage, never compromised. Many times he came face to face with rifle butts from soldiers. To struggle to defend excluded groups, such as in the case of the Kedung Ombo Reservoir, did not been halfway.
Still with fried chicken after 5 days by Father Mammon. When Father Mammon's birthday, a mother came to the duty office with 2 fried chickens to celebrate the birthday. Father Mammon was a very busy person, so the fried chicken was still neatly arranged on the table. A few days later, Father Mammon arrived at the office, and he was surprised by this item. He asked the people who were there, and they said that the item was for Father Mammon. so that no one dared to touch it. The surprising thing was when Father Mammon invited all volunteers to eat the stale fried chicken. He ate as if it were very delicious chicken, even though the chicken was stale because it had been left for 5 days. What we can draw from this story? The first is Father Mammon teaches exemplary and real behavior. The second is think critically in all situations. The third is how to wake and respond to something that happened. Guru lunch. There was a volunteer at the office who chose his place of work near the door. Of course, everyone could look at him and Father Mammon too. Father Mammon said to the volunteer that if he worked in this office, he should make glue by himself instead of buying it in the shop. Hearing this, he was enthusiastic about making his glue by buying tapioca flour. The next day, he brought the glue dough to the office, and Father Mammon said that factory-made glue can last a long time because it's given a special material. But your glue will not last more than 3 days. And what was even more surprising was that the lunch menu that day was the glue by the volunteer. What we can learn from the story, the first is we must establish a relationship between each other. The second is think before doing something.
Publication is not just publicity. Publication is an important aspect for a praise Mangun. Romo Mangun is a figure who is diligent in writing dozens of published books. For example, the trilogy Genduk Tuku and Lucy Lindri, which tell a deep story. Romo Mangun always placed substance above personal interest. It was not only fame that was pursued. Sir Anton Haryono recounted an event that was still current for any generation. When Romo Mangun went a discussion, anyone immediately understood. 12 hours of discussion time is not uncommon. So there is no choice for member but to put personal interest aside. Reporters wait outside for an interview with Romo Mangun. Romo Mangun invited reporters if they want to wait for a long discussion. The discussion ended. It didn't feel like 12 hours had passed. The discussion broke out at midnight. The discussion participants left the room, but it turned out that the journalists were still waiting outside to interview the Mangun press. It was clearly that the Mangun press invited the journalists to go home and find another day to interview. What can we draw from this story? First, intimacy in thinking and acting. Second, seeks to ensure that the other person grows with support from behind. And the last, not striving for personal publicity but for common interest. That's all from me. Thank you.
And the last is Cyrillus Harinowo, who failed to become the governor of BI. Cyrillus ran for governor twice but failed. He is more defending his religion than having to give up his religion just for the sake of office. Cyrillus is an ambitious but humble person. He is also someone smart and he always helps his friends. He did not want to leave his friends. Cyrillus had failed his exams many times, but he kept trying and eventually did hypnosis therapy until he passed the exam. And what we can learn from this story is first, always humble, second, always helping others in need, 3, not arrogant, and 4, always trying to be the best. Thank you.